It's 10 a.m. in the Philippines, but what time is it across the globe? Textbooks down, screens up, let's find out. Welcome to Math Challengers.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to continue learning about time zones. But let me ask you a question. If it is morning here in the Philippines, is it also morning everywhere in the world? Some countries may already be in the afternoon, while others may still be sleeping at night. How is that possible? Let's find out together in today's lesson. Think about this situation. Ryan's graduation in Taguig City will happen live at 2 p.m. Philippine time. His mother is in Moscow, Russia, and she also wants to watch the ceremony. Now here's the question. Will it also be 2 p.m. in Moscow? Or could it be a different time? Is it even the same day there? Type your answer in the comment section. We will solve this together later in the lesson. Let's begin with a short review activity. Read each question carefully and choose the correct answer. Write your answers in your notebook. Let's check your answers. Let's go back to what we learned in the previous video. If you haven't seen it yet, please watch it first. A time zone is a group of places that share the same standard time. Some countries, like the Philippines, have only one time zone. Other countries, like Indonesia, have several time zones. That means people in different parts of the world may experience different times at the same moment. We are now ready to learn how to compare and convert time from one country to another using time zones. Sometimes we are given the time in the Philippines and asked to find the time in another country. Other times, we are given the time in another country and asked to find the Philippine time. Always remember, look carefully at what is given and what you need to find. In this video, we will focus on finding the time in another country given the time in the Philippines. Take a look at this world time zone map. To follow along better, please check the link provided and open the map on your device. Use it as your guide while we explore different time zones. Let's have example 1. In the Philippines, the time is 6 p.m. We want to find out, what time is it in Melbourne, Australia? Let's use the time zone map to answer the problem. The Philippines is in UTC +8. Now let's look at Melbourne, Australia. Now let's compare the two time zones. From +8 to +10, we move forward by 2. That means the time difference is 2 hours. Melbourne is 2 hours ahead of the Philippines. So to get the time in Melbourne, we add 2 hours to 6 p.m. 6 p.m. plus 2 hours equals 8 p.m. Therefore, the answer is 8 p.m. Now let's have example number 2. The clock shows 1 p.m. in the Philippines. The question is, what time is it in Cairo, Egypt? Check the time zone of the given countries. Remember that the Philippines follows UTC +8. Next, identify the time zone of Cairo. It is +2. Let's solve the problem together. Cairo is in UTC +2, while the Philippines is in UTC +8. Now let's get the time difference. From +8, we move backward until we reach +2. 8 minus 2 equals 6. We get the time difference of 6 hours. That means Cairo is 6 hours behind the Philippines. To find the time in Cairo, after knowing that it is behind by 6 hours from the time in Philippines, we subtract 6 hours from 11 a.m. 11 a.m. minus 6 hours is 5 a.m. Therefore, the time in Cairo is 5 a.m. Do you follow? Always remember, if the country is behind the Philippines, subtract the time difference. If the country is ahead, add the time difference. Let's try example 3. In the Philippines, the time is 12 noon Monday. What time and day is it in Peru? Using the time zone map again, let's look for the UTC of the given countries. Again, remember that the Philippines uses UTC plus 8. Peru is in UTC minus 5. Now let's compare their time zones. The Philippines is in UTC plus 8. Peru is in UTC minus 5. Now let's count the time difference. From plus 8, count backwards until you reach minus 5. And we get the time difference of 13 hours. Peru is 13 hours behind the Philippines. So we subtract 13 hours from 12 noon Monday. If we subtract 12 hours, the time becomes 12 midnight. Then subtract 1 more hour. That gives us 11 p.m. Since we moved back past midnight, the day also changes. So instead of Monday, it becomes Sunday. Therefore, the time and day in Peru is 11 p.m. Sunday. Great job.
Practice exercise. Finding the time in other countries. The time in the Philippines is given. Your task is to find the time and day in the country shown. Write your answer including the correct day. Before you begin, remember, if the country is ahead, add the time difference. If the country is behind, subtract the time difference. Always check if the day changes. Now, let's go through each item. Number 1. The time in the Philippines is 2 p.m. Tuesday. What time and day is it in Japan? Number 2. The time in the Philippines is 9 p.m. Friday. What time and day is it in New York, USA? Number 3. The time in the Philippines is 7:30 a.m. Wednesday. What time and day is it in London, United Kingdom? Number 4. The time in the Philippines is 11:15 p.m. Saturday. What time and day is it in Sydney, Australia? Now, let's check your answers together. Number 1. Japan. The time in the Philippines is 2 p.m. Tuesday. Japan is 1 hour ahead, so we add 1 hour. 2 p.m. plus 1 hour is 3 p.m. Answer, 3 p.m. Tuesday. Number 2. New York, USA. The time in the Philippines is 9 p.m. Friday. New York is 13 hours behind, so we subtract 13 hours. 9 p.m. minus 13 hours is 8 a.m. The day does not change. Answer, 8 a.m. Friday. Number 3. London, United Kingdom. The time in the Philippines is 7:30 a.m. Wednesday. London is 8 hours behind, so we subtract 8 hours. 7:30 a.m. minus 8 hours becomes 11:30 p.m. of the previous day, so the day changes. Answer, 11:30 p.m. Tuesday. Number 4. Sydney, Australia. The time in the Philippines is 11:15 p.m. Saturday. Sydney is 2 hours ahead, so we add 2 hours. 11:15 p.m. plus 2 hours becomes 1:15 a.m. The day moves forward. Answer, 1:15 a.m. Sunday. To find the time in another country, compare its time zone with the Philippines, UTC plus 8. If the country is ahead, add the time difference. If the country is behind, subtract the time difference. Always check the day. The time change may affect the day. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Remember, time depends on the difference in time zones. If the difference is large, the day may change. Easy rule to remember. Compare, find the difference, add, subtract, check the day.
Now let's have another activity. Read the directions carefully. The time in the Philippines is given. Your task is to find the time in the country shown. Very important. Write your answer including the correct day.
Let's check your answers. Number 1. The time in the Philippines is 9 a.m. Monday. New Zealand is ahead by 4 hours. So we add 4 hours. 9 a.m. plus 4 hours is 1 p.m. Monday. Number 2. The time in the Philippines is 3 p.m. Tuesday. United Arab Emirates is behind by 4 hours. So we subtract 4 hours. 3 p.m. minus 4 hours is 11 a.m. Tuesday. Number 3. The time in the Philippines is 7 p.m. Wednesday. Brazil is behind by 11 hours. So we subtract 11 hours. 7 p.m. minus 11 hours is 8 a.m. Wednesday. Number 4. The time in the Philippines is 10 p.m. Thursday. United Kingdom is behind by 8 hours. So we subtract 8 hours. 10 p.m. minus 8 hours is 2 p.m. Thursday. Number 5. The time in the Philippines is 6 a.m. Friday. Hawaii is behind by 18 hours. So we subtract 18 hours. 6 a.m. minus 18 hours is 12 p.m. Thursday. If you got them correct, great job. If not, review the steps and try again. Now, let's see what you have learned. Read each question carefully and choose the correct answer. Let's check your answers.
First, we know that the live stream is on March 20th, 2026 at 2 p.m. in Taguig City, Philippines. So the time in the Philippines is 2 p.m. Moscow, Russia is in +3. Therefore, it is 5 hours behind the Philippines. That means we need to subtract 5 hours from Philippine time. 2 p.m. minus 5 hours equals 9 a.m. So the time in Moscow is 9 a.m. on March 20th, 2026. Now let's answer the question. Can she watch the live stream at 2 p.m. in Moscow? No, she cannot. Remember, when it is 2 p.m. in the Philippines, it is only 9 a.m. in Moscow. So if she watches at 2 p.m. in Moscow, the event has already finished. Did you get it right?
Let's summarize what we have learned today. The Philippines follows UTC plus 8. To find the time in another country, we follow these steps. First, start with the time in the Philippines. Next, compare the time zones of the Philippines and the other country. Then, use this rule. If the country is ahead, we add the time difference. If the country is behind, we subtract the time difference. Finally, write your final answer and make sure to include the correct time and day. For our next lesson, we will learn how to find the Philippine time when the time in another country is given. Great job today! Keep practicing and keep learning.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.